Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello!
Hi!
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for January 18th through 22nd, minus the 20th. Like I called it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that all of us
Everyone knew that, yeah.
That was going to be the day that we did not have a new episode. However, that's, again, something that they could have been like, you know what? It's going to be available free online, how they did just a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So I don't understand that.
Nope.
But, so, again, I listened back to our 411 about Leslie Weber and caught a few mistakes for myself.
No.
Chloe Lanier portrayed a young Patricia Spencer, not Carly, but Carly was playing Luke's mom.
Yes.
And Laura Wright is someone who advocated for Chloe Lanier to come onto the show full time.
Right.
So that's kind of how I
didn't even realize you're messed up because my brain did the same thought process.
Right, because, yeah, that's who... No, it's not.
Yeah.
Joss played a young Carly in the more recent flashbacks and everything. But, so there was that. And then, it's so funny because I don't even catch it when I'm editing, because when I'm editing, I don't listen necessarily to the content. I listen for...
Or mistakes.
Things. You know, I listen for different things. And I happen to be listening to this in the shower. So, like that. And I have something called Aqua Notes.
Okay. Oh my God.
It's a waterproof
notepad.
So I'm taking my notes on what did I mess up. We didn't pick up on the fact that, remember when they were concerned over who the paternity of AJ was, that AJ had developed a heart problem, and that prompted Rick to come back and take care of him, even though at the time Rick thought that AJ was his.
Right.
So again, this is that weird line where he shouldn't have been operating on his own son.
Yep.
Or assumed own son. But then Michael also has a heart problem, so does Wiley.
Yeah.
So I always picked up on the Wiley and Michael, but...
I didn't know it went back any further.
Right, so it goes to AJ too.
Yes.
So, did anyone have it before AJ? Did Alan have a heart problem? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
So, those are my couple of corrections and afterthoughts.
That Shannon takes in the shower.
Yep. Aqua Notes. And I was thinking, because we were talking about how Leslie was our first back from the dead person.
Right.
More than likely. So we threw it out on social media. Who is the first General Hospital character you remembered coming back from the dead? And then I said, how did you learn that they, quote, died? Because I just remember Leslie coming back and being like, Mom, you're alive. And it's like, okay,
Right.
What happened here, you know? But it got me thinking, I'm like, how many people remember their first... Wait, what are you talking about? That person was dead and now they're back? Like, how did that happen? So many Lauras.
Oh, wow.
And then jokingly responded, which time? Because she died a few times.
Yes.
Someone answered Nell, but she didn't come back from the dead. Did she?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Helena Cassadine.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. And then I did, in the question, it wasn't in the graphic, but it was, who would you bring back if you could? And a lot of people saying Dr. Neil Byrne. Morgan. Maritza is watching, says, Laura was the best, but there are lots of people who died who should come back. And some should definitely stay dead. Lulu Marie 10. I remember Laura, and the song was playing Think of Laura, and Tiffany's reaction was priceless. And Michelle J. Iossi remembered that also. Jason coming back. Todd Baker 47 says, would have to be Laura when she disappeared into the fog.
Oh.
Sis Deanna said, Leslie Weber. And I'm like, that's what prompted the question. Duke Lavery. Jerry Jacks. Chris M. Brennan said, Laura, and the song that kept playing was Think of Laura. I want to say it was when she was held captive by the Cassadines. And later she found out that she had Nicholas. So many Lauras. Carly was presumed dead when she drove off the bridge. Jason. Frisco.
Oh.
And then Helena, of course. I hope they bring Neil back from the dead. And just a discussion about how yummy he is.
I think that Helena was the first one that I knew was dead. And whenever she showed up, I was like, what the heck? Blah, blah, blah. Because...
Oh, that's a good follow-up question.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know that Leslie was dead. It was just...
Right. After she showed up, then someone said to us, oh yeah, they're supposed to be dead, or the reaction was she was supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
But I knew when Helena popped on screen that she was
supposed to be dead and then came back alive.
Yeah.
Huh. And then on Twitter, IJM Frizzy for Life says, I want Kiki Jerome and Drew Kane to come back from the dead.
Aww.
And I don't know who the first character. Marsha Bess. First one I remember is Phil Brewer.
Wow.
That is OG GH. Who do I want to see come back? Other than Holly Scorpio, of course, I'd like to see Julian and Kiki Jerome. Jen M., the only character I cared about coming back from the dead was Anna Devane. I'm so glad that AMC rolled out that carpet for her. So I like that little crossover because she didn't come back alive to us.
Right.
She came first.
Yes.
And then Sarah Waldman agreed. So I just thought it was funny because so many say Laura.
I feel like our lives are so boring. I've never died and then came back.
I mean, there's actually a show on Netflix that I was hearing, Surviving Death. Is supposedly really good.
Okay.
Or something. But I guess there's a doctor on it that, or she's a doctor. And I guess she was kayaking or something. And she flipped.
Okay.
And she was like dead.
Okay.
And now she's alive, telling her story. I didn't watch it yet, though, but it looks really interesting.
I will have to watch.
And my husband and I have been watching the old school Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
And there was an episode where this one woman fell. She was in Montana or Minnesota. But either way, it was like -20 with the wind chill factor. And she passed out in the snow. And the next morning, they got her. And they said, they're like, she was basically translucent, like frozen. And she's fine.
That's crazy.
Like no neurological issues, nothing. They thought they were going to have to amputate her legs. And they didn't.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Like, I don't want that to happen to me.
Right.
But if I could guarantee I'd get that good story.
Okay.
Go ahead, try to kill me.
I'm glad that you've planned out your not death.
Yes.
Good.
Exactly. So we're going a little bit back old school-ish, like original for us. We only did the papers a couple weeks.
I like the papers, but this week I felt like it jumped around, but it was still one continuous story, if that makes sense.
There was too much to contain it to one slip of paper.
Yeah.
Because I started taking my notes online.
Mm-hmm. You have pages there.
I do. But there is a reason why I have a lot of pages. It's not just all GH notes. It's also nerd notes.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes sense.
So I guess we could continue with talking about the coming back from the dead or whatever and start talking about Sonny.
Yes. I was happy that they listened to us. I'm sure it was all about us.
Mm-hmm.
He is living above the bar like we assumed that he was going to be, and that he's acting kind of manic with his cleaning.
Yes. So I decided this week to take notes by character and then in order.
Okay.
And my first thought was, if Sonny was gone long enough for his hair to grow out gray, then it's long enough for his meds to be out of his system.
Yes.
And I scoured the internet for what happens if you get amnesia and you have bipolar, or what happens if you have a head trauma and you are bipolar. What happens? I couldn't find anything. And then I was like, well, how long does lithium stay in your body?
Right.
Things like that. And so some withdrawal symptoms of, I'm just going to say lithium because that's the fancy word for it, may include mood swings, anxiety and irritability, which may feel very similar to symptoms of the bipolar disorder, headaches, dizziness, stomach and gut problems, cough and cold, liver problems, anemia, pancreatitis, difficulties with memory, learning, and thinking, eye and sight problems, sensory disturbances, abnormal menstrual periods. I don't think Sonny is going to have to worry about that.
No.
Difficulty sleeping when fatigued, weight gain, muscle spasms, twitches and shaking, and fits, even if you never had one before.
All right, well, we'll see if they play any of that out.
Yep. And then he started making suggestions for...
Right, how to make the bar better. He remembered what alcohol list they should have and was like shining all the bottles up so that it looked all nice in the background. And he was trying to be helpful. That guy was not taking it very well.
What's his name again? It's Phyllis's husband runs the bar.
I don't know his name. I did not write it down. I'm sorry.
And he's like, you should get a signature cocktail or something like that.
Yes.
And I think that his big thing is when we opened on Sonny on Monday, he was yelling at the guy and he got the gun away from him.
Yes.
And the guy's like, wait. how did that...
But they shouldn't assume that he was a bad guy. He could have been a cop,
Right.
And that was what Phyllis said. He could have been in law enforcement or just a gun enthusiast and know how to handle those things.
Right.
So don't assume the bad.
But now she thinks he's a chef.
Yes.
Because...
That makes sense, though, because he does have a lot of restaurant experience.
Well, I mean, he has to have his fronts.
Right.
So at least he's a knowledgeable
Exactly. I'm
monster.
glad he remembered all that stuff. It could help them out if they would listen. But I don't think that guy's going to change anything.
I don't think so either.
He's not listening.
But at least Phyllis is saying, I think that there's some psychological problems going on, and
Yeah, I mean, it's
a little too late.
She's recognizing that, but as the husband now, I would see we don't want him around. Just thinking of, you don't know what kind of issues those are, and if he's not treating them, how crazy is he going to go? I know that's not a right word, but...
No, but also, as the husband, you would think that he would maybe be saying, okay, so if you're thinking that he might have some kind of psychological disorders, why don't you take him back to the hospital and have him checked out? Don't just send him to his room.
I don't think the hospital's doing much for him. Because, again, they didn't run half the tests that I feel like they would have ran and figured out who he was.
But he got homemade pasta, so...
Well, that is better than you'd get around here.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, I think that's really it. It was just them showing us that window into he is having some effects of not taking his meds. So that's good.
So one of my notes, I said, I'm already tired of the storyline. And then, oh, thank goodness they're bringing in his psychological disorder, and it seems like the mania is coming in. I'm like, they took forever.
They did.
To get here.
Yes. But sometimes their days go together more than our days do. We're kind of impatient, I feel like, sometimes.
Yeah, but still, I feel like it would have been a lot quicker.
I don't know how long you have to be missing before they call off the search for you.
I feel like when he woke up, he would have been in a manic state. Especially not being able to remember who you were.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But maybe he was more disoriented with the fact that he didn't know where
True.
he was.
True.
And that was what took control. I don't
Very
know.
true.
But I'm glad that they're showing the different sides. I'm going to develop that character
Mike.
until we figure out who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall see. What do you want to talk about?
I did not like Nina this week.
Oh, okay. Just go.
Are you going to disagree with me already?
No.
Oh, okay. Her whole conversation with Jack.
Oh my God.
We're family, right? Who says that? If you haven't even said the L word, you haven't talked about a future together. And why would Joss
And they haven't told each other that they love each other yet?
Right. And why would Joss want your letter?
Jax has married women like 3 times in the amount of... He's married 3 different women probably in the amount of time that he's been with Nina.
Right. Exactly. I don't know.
I don't think he really has, but I'm just saying.
I mean, that timeline.
He's a very quick to...
around. Right. If he wants to be with you, he asks you to marry him
and he's
on like
very romantic.
date number 2.
Yeah.
So the fact that it hasn't happened, I don't think that he loves her. No.
And I just said, I was like, oh my gosh, why did they spend all this time talking about it? I'm like, she's never been hesitant with her emotions. And now it's not like they've just been having fun. They're definitely very committed to each other. You know, it's not like...
They're so boring, though. I hate it. She had a spark with Valentine, and he had a spark with Carly and Brenda, and even, like, Sky and stuff. So why are we keeping them together as a couple when there's nothing there? They're so boring. All they talk about is her kid that now she doesn't want to find, but she should find, and why isn't she finding it? And now throwing in
And she's
crap
just
to
now
give to
catching
Joss.
Curtis up on this stuff.
Right.
Like, poor Curtis is so out of the loop.
Yes.
On everything.
Right, and I'm sure he's tired of telling the town that him and Jordan aren't together, because that's all anyone says. Do you never go anywhere without your husband?
I know.
That anytime you're out, people are like, oh no, when is JD meeting you?
Right. It was just driving me crazy with how much they were talking about loving each other.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry.
The whole conversation was totally unnatural.
Have you ever had like a 10-minute long conversation about
no
love and I'm so scared and all that stuff? But it's more the actions. Like, she would have been holding, in my opinion, would have been holding back more than she has.
Right.
With
he's involved
her
in
feelings.
Every part of her life.
Exactly. And then she starts saying it in other languages.
So weird.
And wait, that's a language that my brother and I use. It's Pig Latin.
Yes.
Everybody knows Pig Latin.
Exactly.
That is not just a Reeves thing.
Nope. Well, good. I'm glad that you're annoyed, because if you were going to start standing up for
know.
her, I was going to be like, oh no.
No, this whole week, I was just like, why are we doing this? And then she at least did stand up to Ava and was like, I don't know why you think I can get through to Carly, but then giving Ava the... You know what would have been awesome?
What?
That we could put this darn necklace finally to rest if Nina had had hers while she was like when Ava came in or something, or it was like on the desk, and Ava would have been like, oh my gosh, that is just like the necklace that Avery has.
I thought that when they were in Kelly's talking to Curtis, that Ava was going to walk in with Avery, and she was going to have hers on, and that was going to...
Oh.
But it didn't happen, because we're just going to drag this out for a couple more months.
Seriously, if this necklace takes longer than Michael finding out about Wiley...
Yep.
Guys, there are some things that we could just real quick get to.
Exactly.
Especially where Nell's dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to be dragging this on.
No, there's not.
Let her grieve. I'm interested in that.
Right.
I'm interested in what's going to happen when she finds out.
And we've said it before, I don't understand how you're deciding who is her daughter based on a necklace, because the necklace could have come from anywhere, a jewelry store, a pawn shop,
if you've
whatever.
seen the movie Annie, you know
exactly
that Rooster was not her dad.
Best movie ever. Why are we not doing a DNA test on Wiley?
Yeah.
And then we would know. Jax wouldn't have to keep a secret. He could get a strand of Nina's
He has
hair
very easy access to that kid.
And Carly can hand over Wiley's DNA. They could run the test and then tell Nina, hey, look, we figured this out. Here you go.
I have a really dumb question. Actually, it makes sense. Why wouldn't he just offer to change a diaper and just take it with him?
Right?
And be like, there's a lot of DNA in there.
Yep.
Right?
That would work too. But being
wouldn't there?
That Carly would
is there
want
DNA
it also. I would think there is. There would have to be. There's a Google search for you.
Okay, first of all,
you're going to get arrested soon for the things that you're Googling.
As I was Googling all about bipolar and amnesia, I'm like, oh great. I'm like, if they're watching me right now, who's they? I don't know. But
I don't know, but you're going down for something, Shannon.
Is there DNA in... Oh, someone's already looked for it.
Oh, there you go.
DNA is contained in the blood, semen, skin cells, tissue, organs, muscle, brain cells, bone, teeth, hair, saliva, mucus, perspiration, fingernails, urine, feces, etc.
There you go.
So wait.
There you go.
So change a diaper, Jax,
but
and get some DNA.
He doesn't need to go that far. He can say, hey, Carly, can you bring Wiley over and let me do the mouth swabby thing and be done?
Oh, yeah, that's right, because Carly knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he doesn't.
So I just took it totally stealth.
Right. He doesn't even need to be that sneaky. He would have to be a little sneakier with Nina, like stealing a piece of her hair or something.
Right.
Why is it not done? I don't understand.
And then Carly can just ask Lucas.
Yep.
To get it done at the hospital.
Right. Done.
We should be good to go.
Exactly. They're making it way more than it needs.
Which one's more difficult, our way or the way that they're doing it? I think the way that they're doing it. Because we get answers now with our way.
Exactly. And it only makes sense. You would want to find out before you blow Nina's world apart. Because what if you're wrong?
Right.
I would make sure I knew 100% before I told you about some long-lost child.
And Nell was a foster and then adopted, or she was just straight adopted. But still, who's to say that family didn't have another little girl?
Right. Nell stole stuff all the time. She could have taken it off her.
But not just stealing it. What if something happened to that little girl?
That could be
and
too.
so therefore the necklace was just left. And Nell found it and just always assumed.
Right.
You know?
Well, we've said from the beginning, it doesn't make sense that Nell's family would have been the family that originally adopted her. Because there's no way they were showing up in a fancy car and having all that money. So it only makes sense that would not be the right child.
That just makes me really sad, though. Because, so there's a book, Before We Were Yours, or something like that. It's actually about Georgia, something like that. She's basically seen as being the starter of like orphanages and stuff like that, but she used to steal babies and then sell them.
Oh, nice.
Okay, but oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy that I can't think of what her name is. But yeah, so like she would just do that. So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what if that's who the big limo was someone like that?
Okay,
and then they would then sell the babies to people who perhaps can't.
Still don't see Nell's family being able to come up with that kind of money.
I don't know.
Babies are expensive.
Yeah.
So I just don't see it. Maybe. But again, just run the DNA test and we'll know. And then we don't have to
You know what the worst part is? I'm thinking, I'm like, way back then, no, it was only the 90s that this would have been happening, huh?
Yeah.
So, but still, it definitely would have been expensive. It's still expensive, especially if you can't, if you have trouble getting pregnant without interventions.
Yes.
And assistance.
So yeah, we just solved all of that. Nina's issues, Carly and Jax keeping a secret, Avery and her necklace, boom, boom, boom. Run a DNA test, all done.
I'm so proud of Joss. We'll just move right on into that.
Yes.
Joss Can I honorarily give her your gold star for the week?
I will let you.
She did so good. Ava comes over to ask her to find the necklace. And she doesn't want to bother Carly about it because she knows that she has a lot going on.
Right.
And Joss goes and looks for it and gives it to Ava and tells Ava, I'm doing this for Avery because every time I look at you, I think of how you killed my brother and how he suffered and how he would not have gotten in that car if you hadn't messed with his medicine. But she did it so calmly and so matter-of-factly. Mm-hmm. It was the best. That's the best way to tell someone off.
Right.
It's not about the screaming, the throwing, it's not whose voice is louder.
Right.
It's whose voice is steadier.
Yes. Yeah, it's better whenever you don't get emotional because it's just matter of fact.
Yep.
I can't stand you.
Loved it.
Yes. And she did awesome with Carly later then, saying, let me be here for you. You were here for me with Oscar, and you can talk to me. I kind of understand some of what you're feeling.
And I get it, though, because as parents, we try to protect our kids. My son is so Joss. Like, if something's wrong, if I'm crying or something, he'll just come over and give me a hug, and he'll offer, and I'm like, this is not your responsibility, and but it's still so sweet.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there's been things with just, I thought my hair elastic was, like, through. Sorry, I was just trying to pick up my hair elastic off my wrist, and I thought it was stuck. I thought I had put my Fitbit on through my hair elastic, and it was stuck, but it wasn't. It was like those magic cuffs, or the magic rings that are connected. Anyway, different things that I'm like, okay, this is an adult problem. Or like if I've had an argument with my husband, which we try not to fight in front of the kids, although we do argue in front of them because they need to see.
Yes.
You can have a difference of opinion.
Are not perfect, yeah.
But then obviously sometimes.
Right, but your son is older now and it's good for him.
He's the same age as Joss, though.
That you're feeling those feelings.
Right.
Yes.
But still, you don't want them to feel responsible for you.
Right.
So Carly went back to work. And Jax kind of scolded her about that.
Right. He's like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Yeah. I kind of own this place. Maybe I should be here.
Yeah, but I don't know that she was doing much. I think she was just avoiding the house so that Joss would go to the senior thing.
Right.
So, I don't know that there was much more with that. She was just kind of there.
No. We can just go straight into the senior thing. Apparently they wait until January of their senior year to start talking about applying to college.
Doesn't sound too far off from our school, though.
No, they've at least had... They have the stuff that they do junior year with, they start letting them, because they bring in like a different school a week to talk to during the lunch period and everything, and they start at least sending home the resources.
Yes.
This should have been like over the summer for the juniors going into senior year saying, hey, here's what you're going to, if you haven't already started.
Right. Or it could have been about graduation and prom, because those are conversations that we are having now of order your cap and gown like we talked about last week, and that kind of stuff.
Right. And what's going to happen for it, because...
Right. Well, theirs isn't affected by it, because they don't have COVID in Port Charles.
Thank you. Just going to keep saying that. Joss then started talking about how she wanted to go, like, maybe she should start writing in her journal again. And Cam's like, wait, you didn't throw it away?
I was surprised he didn't just tell her then, though.
I don't think he's going...
But she went to look for it, and it's not there.
But I think that he doesn't want her having that memory of death. He told Trina. Yeah. And they're going to figure out together.
I don't know. I feel like she has a right to know.
I think that they are going to.
There's a lot of private stuff in that journal. Yes. I would not just drop it like.
So where is it now?
Misplaced. He threw it away, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He threw it away at the hospital. I was proud of them, though, for at least struggling with it and not just being like, and Cam had a good cover. He's like, oh, I just thought you had said that one time, like,
right.
I'm a guy. I don't know.
Yes.
But then speaking of colleges, he goes home and starts talking to Franco, and Franco's like, hey, you got some mail from Stanford.
That's crazy.
You want to tell me something here?
Right.
Because he applied to Stanford without anybody knowing.
I would be so mad and proud at the same time if my kid did that.
Well, his reasoning was sweet, though, because he said, if I didn't get in, then no one knew.
Right. I would still be mad and proud at the same time.
Yeah. But he got in!
He got in, but he's not going to go. They'll find some reason to keep him.
He is so worried about Franco.
Right.
Oh.
There's no way he's going to go off to college.
I don't think so either.
Plus, I hope not, because unless they're bringing Spencer and Emma back, we're not going to have any kids then.
Right.
If we send them off to school.
Oh.
Off to college. So, no.
Okay, we have 3 months to figure this out, guys. We need them. And, Robin stayed and went to Port Charles University because of Stone. No one has that reason right now.
Right.
So I don't know.
I just feel like there's no way they can send them away.
Well, especially if Trina wants to get into art and everything, she's going to want to stay with Ava doing the gallery. And you know what? Joss is a really good friend for not giving Trina a bunch of crap for working with Ava and for actually having a relationship with Ava.
Right.
Oh, these kids are so mature. But they're still kids. Like, that's the thing, is that they still...
Yes.
They've just all...
Right. No, I think they're going to keep them around at least for another year, because Cameron will stay home because of Franco. Jocelyn will stay home because of Sonny. Mm-hmm. Assuming that they're dragging that out for a while longer. Oh, God. And then Trina, well, she has all the stuff with her dad to figure out and all that stuff, so...
Right.
Yeah, I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon.
Oh, real quick, back to the necklace. Carly did offer to Jax to get it back.
Yes.
Jax is like, what are you going to do? Go wake up the kid?
Can you just rip it off her neck while she's sleeping?
Yeah. There was a lot of heavy stuff this week.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next? You just want to stick with Franco?
Sure.
Where to even start with Franco?
I thought it was nice that he called Scott to try to make sure that Jason wouldn't get in trouble if he killed him.
That was really
It was very
interesting.
Sweet.
It was...
Is there some kind of paper you can draw up that won't get someone in trouble for killing me because I asked them to kill me? No, I don't think there is.
It's assisted suicide.
Right. Which I'm pretty sure is illegal everywhere, isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was a woman a couple years ago who took a pill. It was like a big thing.
I just assumed it was still a big no-no.
No.
Huh. All right, well then, maybe there is a paper that you can fill out that says you're not in trouble for
I don't think you're allowed to shoot someone.
Yeah, and I don't know why you would have Jason do it that way.
It's supposed to be doctor-assisted suicide is the thing.
Right, and that makes sense. So,
my poor Google search.
I'm telling you, you're going to jail.
Maybe I should put on incognito. Is assisted suicide legal in New York? In February 2015, New York State Senators Brad Hoylman and Diane Savino introduced a death with dignity to allow physician-assisted suicide in the state.
Okay, so again, physician-assisted, but not...
Oh, wait, no, it says New York failed to pass.
Oh, okay.
It's legal in Oregon, though. But apparently, in 2020, they're one step closer. I'm not going to read this entire thing. So who knows? But yeah, again.
No matter what, it's doctor-assisted, not hitman-assisted, so Jason can't do it, and not with a bullet, and all of that.
I guess that they're having a medical aid in dying act is what's going on in... All right, anyway, so it's legal in Oregon, not in... Oh my gosh, I swear, if Franco moves out to Oregon...
I don't think so. I don't think he's moving to Oregon, and I don't know, after Liz talked to Jason, that Jason would even really do it. She went off. I loved her.
Oh, that whole...
She was amazing.
Yeah.
And although it was not nice, she threw the relationship of Franco and Jake up in his face, which you would absolutely do in that moment because you would be so mad, and was like, knock it off.
Who was it? It was Lucretia when we were doing our crossover podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, that was her favorite thing about the whole thing, is that Franco gets to raise Jason's kid.
Yes.
And she's, Liz saying that, Franco's more of a father than Jason is.
Right. Which is 100% true. It's not like he can even argue that.
But I loved when she's like, so what's the criteria for you to kill my husband?
Yeah. Right. If he yells at Jake's soccer coach, are you going to go shoot him up? Like, come on.
I love that both Liz and Scott, though, put together, you asked Jason to kill you?
Right. No one would agree to that. Oh, wait
Jason would.
So, no, I was so proud of Liz because she yelled at Franco appropriately, then she went and yelled at Jason, and then she came back and was like, yeah, I just told him he'd have to go through me first. So, you two better get a new plan.
Well, then Liz and Sam at the hospital, Liz was talking, who was Liz talking to? And she said something about...
Talking on the phone and said about... She was leaving a message.
She at least was trying to be private, so we can't yell at her for having public conversations in public. She's a nurse that had to find a quiet corner to quickly pull out her phone and leave a message and then go back.
I still felt like that was too public of a place to say Franco's tumor. If I called you and said, hey, I need to talk to you about that medical condition.
Right.
You're going to know.
Or maybe we come up with a code word.
Right.
You know.
So I feel like she was still too public for trying to be private. But whatever. Sam shouldn't be listening in on people's conversations. And I see her point of wanting to know what's going on with Franco, but it's not really her business. It's not your husband.
Right.
Mind your business. Go talk to your husband that's agreed to kill my husband. Well, I guess they're not really married.
Nope, they're not married, and they're not even together anymore because Sam doesn't want to have to deal with it. And then Sam offered Elizabeth her shoulder to cry on.
Right.
No, you didn't.
Exactly. Why don't you call Maxie over? You guys can have a girls' night together.
The three BFFs.
It's so ridiculous.
Speaking of Maxie.
Yeah, go ahead.
She and Peter were at Kelly's and they asked Dante to meet her.
I was glad we had a change of scenery that they were at Kelly's instead of
the Metroport all the time. Yes. Yeah. I did think it was really sweet that they asked Dante's permission if they could honor Lulu with naming their baby.
Except for I still don't like that name, but go ahead.
But Dante went to Kelly's to meet Maxie instead of going to Leo's adoption.
Right.
After we have just repeatedly
said how they're such a close family.
Because Sam went to it.
Yes.
And apparently Lucas was also invited.
Right.
But he had to work, which, whatever, you know. But Dante wasn't, or wasn't going to be there. Because we'll get to it. But he hasn't showed up at all during all this stuff that unfolded. So, it's not like, why didn't he show up?
I don't understand. He's not invited to 90% of the stuff that I feel like he would be invited to. He's just kind of like lurking around Port Charles nowadays.
And after all that Olivia went through to get him
but she wouldn't
come
call
home
him for that.
Right.
And he wouldn't be checking on his mother.
Right. But that's his brother. He loves him.
Yeah. So crazy. I don't know. I felt like the conversation with Lulu was necessary, or about Lulu was necessary just because that's what they do or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it didn't really add anything.
I like seeing Dante and Maxie's relationship, though, because they really care about each other.
They do.
You know.
They do.
But you could kind of see the look on his face with, I really can't kill this guy soon. You know?
Thank God no one clicked a pen right then. Or it might have been a different story.
Seriously, oh my gosh. What if the server had come up to the table and been like,
can I take your order now? Clicky, clicky. That would have been funny.
That would have been, that would have been good.
And then Peter leaves because he's trying to be respectful of letting them have their conversation.
Yeah.
Goes to Britt, is like, hey, can I look at your computer? And then turns around after she says yes and then no, and is like, oh, okay. Wouldn't you be insulted if your sibling, especially one that you don't have that close of a relationship with, showed up at work to ask you a favor and then left 5 seconds later?
Right.
At least pretend like you're bringing me coffee and, oh, hey, while I'm here, can I have access to your computer, which is totally unethical.
As chief of the hospital.
Right. And Britt, who is chief of the hospital, didn't think of the fact that maybe he had a flash drive.
Especially after the entire conversation that she had just had with Jason.
Right.
About, okay, you tell me the truth about my brother.
Exactly.
And I like how Jason said, I'm going to tell you this in order that it happened, not that we found out. Because
she's like,
that's a mess.
Ever floats your boat. Go ahead. Oh, I liked her quote this week of, I'm the daughter of 2 mastermind criminals, and you think I can't figure this out or I can't handle this?
She said, I want to use whatever time I have left.
Oh, I did not pick up on that.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I know.
No, I don't like that.
I know. And I like that Jason said, so Britt decided to investigate the drugs that Cyrus is making in the hospital.
That poor little rat.
What was his name?
Oh my God, I don't know.
But she named it, and Jason's like, you named it? And she's like, well, I don't normally, but this one just looked like a blah. And then I killed him. No, did she kill him? Or did he do okay? I can't remember.
Morty?
I was going to go with Mortimer, and I feel...
Maybe. Okay.
But was Morty, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway.
Not really relevant, but
so they're looking under the microscope, and Jason's like, oh, it's been a long time since I've taken organic chem. And I'm like, I swear to God, if you remember any organic chem stuff right now... And Britt's all shocked. Wait, what are you talking about? You took organic chem?
And he said, so they tell me.
Yeah.
He did not pretend to know what he was talking about.
I did like that.
Yes. Yeah, their conversations are cute.
Yeah.
I'm liking them more.
And I like that he told her to knock it off because Cyrus kills everybody that tries to get in the way. And that's when she said about being the daughter of the 2 world-class criminals. And yeah, because I think she said, I want to use whatever time I have left to do good. Or it was like something along those lines.
I don't like that. No.
I know.
No, I'm not ready to part with her. I feel like they bring her back, give her a little bit of good storyline, and then rip her away from us again. Let her keep developing. She is a good character.
And she's a great actress.
Yes.
Like, we like her.
Exactly. So why do you think that Peter needs Franco's information? I don't see what it's going to tell him. It's not going to, like, decode for you why he's hearing these voices.
Right. Oh, and then Franco heard in his head this week, please meet Drew Kane.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
I just don't understand what that information's going to buy him.
Well, and then, I don't know. Maybe it'll be something, I don't know, because he doesn't really have any doctors as allies.
And I feel like he's killed all the ones that can help him, or they've been killed.
Right.
I just don't understand what the information's going to do.
Didn't he talk about Andre a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
I think we forgot to mention that. Didn't he say, like, find me Andre Maddox?
Maybe.
Because Andre's not dead.
No, Andre's not dead, I guess.
So maybe he's getting the information to give it to Andre.
To send it to Andre.
To
okay.
say, hey, what's going on here?
Right. How do we get these voices out?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Peter wouldn't care that much, that he would just kill Franco. He was going to do it before.
Right.
That would be the easier route.
Yeah.
In this case, I'm for killing him.
He can have a good twin. We could do that nice spin. Wes Ramsey is good. Like, that's the problem.
Good, like a good actor, and we like him? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they're never going to turn his character
No,
good,
not him.
Good.
He can have a good twin.
Oh, okay.
He can come back as a good twin.
Okay.
And that can be Anna's son.
Okay. You got it.
Because I like my little...
Identical cousins. That's not weird or anything. They wouldn't be twins.
Right.
They would be cousins. But okay.
Well, ooh, can that happen? If twins get impregnated by the same sperm donor, could they have, like, kids that look that much alike?
I don't know. Do not do a Google search. You really are going to get in trouble.
Babe, if the FBI shows up, I'm sorry. Real quick, speaking of Anna talked to Kevin and confided in him that she thinks the WSB is using Dante's condition for their purpose and not considering his health, like his actual mental health. So that was good. And if I felt like Kevin was like, okay, let me look a little bit more into this because you might be onto something here.
He was very helpful. He got those files like instantly.
Mm-hmm. Thanked her for not getting them on her own.
Right.
That
Thank
was
you for
nice.
not breaking into my office. I appreciate that. And let her review them. And then they saw that Obrecht was also one of his patients. So figure out that connection.
Yep.
I feel like some good can come of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have the right people on the case.
Yes.
We
have one quick thing to talk about before we get to all of it. Well, this is a long episode. So Willow and Michael talked.
Ugh.
I was right.
You were right. You were. And I thought that as soon as they said it. Go ahead.
Michael thought that they had only kissed. Okay. And Willow reminded him that they had decided together to decide what Sasha and Chase meant to them.
Yeah.
Before deciding for each other. Right. About each other.
But she needs to then go on and say that she wants to be with Michael, not with Chase, because you could tell that's what she was thinking whenever he was like, let's just
no idea.
Sign the annulment papers and be done, because he was hurt and mad, and poor Michael.
But I feel like Willow just doesn't want to hurt anyone.
She doesn't want
to
hurt anyone.
But that's still not a good reason to be married to somebody.
No.
Either one, it's not a good reason to.
Right.
All
I don't see her and Chase together. The only other thing's Olivia and Alexis. And Ned. That's all that's left.
All of it is so good. Well, the key players are, so first Olivia went to Robert and asked how to be a spy.
Yes.
And it was adorable.
That was adorable.
And he gave her a play-by-play.
He did.
Because he's like, here's how you can do it.
Right. That was cute. Said, ask them to do a favor for you. And she's like, you mean do a favor for them? And he was like, no, that's not what I mean. Here. And it re-explained everything. That was very cute.
So she asked him that in the Metro Court.
Yes.
And then, so maybe we should set the scene where so there's 3 different locations. So there was Olivia and Robert at the Metro Court. Uh-huh. Alexis was at her house.
Yes.
And Valentine showed up with Martin to be her attorney.
Right.
Who I am loving Martin so much.
I told you.
First, Valentine walks in and is like, what are we doing? Crafting with Alexis? Craft time or something like that?
Right.
Martin's reviewing everything that Alexis had written up for her deposition, I guess. And he's like, it might help if you say Detective Chase and not Defective Chase. And then Marty,
there you go.
Martin started talking about how he knew some of the judges and their habits and this and that.
Right, that
and he's like,
particular judge drinks.
From having whiskey at the club with him.
Yes.
And Valentine's like, oh, which country club? And he goes, you have way too much. Martin says to him, you have way too much money, less country and more strip. I just thought that was so funny because I'm like, it was just so, now I'm digging the Southern stuff. Like now I'm,
right, he's playing
because now it makes sense. Like now
Yep.
And I think when Michael E. Knight said, boom, I feel like that was improvised. based on James Patrick Stewart's reaction.
Probably.
Because out of nowhere, what was it that he said? And then just out of nowhere, Martin goes, boom!
I don't know. I don't know what led to that.
I can't remember either.
Oh my gosh.
But it was just so funny.
Yes, but he told Alexis, your defense is not going to work because that judge drinks and he is smart enough to give his keys to someone else.
Right, so if you say, I think that's what he said boom after was.
Okay, so if you say that you did try to be responsible because Tracy had your keys, he will have way more respect than you just saying, no, I didn't do this.
Right.
So
he'll think, well, I do that, so therefore my friend must have messed up by giving them back to me.
Exactly.
Yep. And then she called Finn. Alexis called Finn.
She calls a lot of people and just expects them to show up, and they do.
Finn, I understand, though, but he's also not her sponsor.
Right?
Is he?
No.
Okay.
I think they've just agreed to be, encourage each other to
But why doesn't she have a sponsor?
She should have a sponsor.
She should.
I think she's just refused one. Yeah, they can't make you call someone. They can give you a number, but they can't make you do it. And even whenever he got there, he said, is this about your sobriety? And she was like, no. Well, yes, but no. I'm not going to a meeting. So.
And then Olivia took everything that Robert taught her
finally
and went to the Quartermaine mansion and starts buttering up Tracy.
Yep.
Tracy told Olivia she looked old.
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
you
continue.
Can borrow it, and then maybe you'll look 5 years younger, too.
Yep. That was her compliment. That was the...
Right. I like your shirt.
Yep.
But Tracy wasn't 100% falling for it. She could feel that Olivia was trying to get some kind of information. So I was glad that Olivia finally just came out with all of it and was like, wait a second, now my brain's
Well, and so they're all supposed to be getting ready to leave to go for Leo's adoption. Hearing and then dinner or something like that. So I don't know.
Which didn't make any sense, though, because no matter what was going on, you would have left if you needed to see someone about an adoption hearing happening.
Also, don't those take place during the day?
I thought so. Or even if it was just a dinner, you would then make other arrangements. Because by the end of that scene, they're like, Leo's in bed. By the end of the week, they were like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
what?
Because I've had friends who have adopted kids, and it's always a beautiful picture because they have them in the courtroom with the judge.
Right.
And their new family photo, you know, it's the official.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, that's where I was a little thrown. Unless the conversation really took that long, that they started at 2 p.m. and...
I hope not. I mean, sometimes they drag stuff out, but that's absurd.
Yeah.
So
then Olivia does straight up ask her, like, well, what happened when Olivia or Alexis went off the road?
Right. She was very good with her point-blank questions. She said to Ned, you need to tell me what happened, and you better not even think about lying.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then Tracy's stirring the pot saying that
Alexis said all this bad things.
Her marriage is, Olivia's marriage to Ned is a sham.
She's a gold digger.
And common or something like that. Yeah, common, trash, and a slut.
Yeah.
I think those are all things that Tracy thinks about her.
Right.
Yep. I love their back and forth, though.
Right. It felt like a real conversation.
Yeah.
That you would be screaming at everyone and just trying to figure it all out.
Like we said earlier.
Not screaming.
She wasn't even screaming. She was just like, no, I'm not backing down.
Yeah. You could see her frustration.
But then when Olivia figured out that Tracy did all this stuff for something to protect her, she was like, wait, what on earth? And then Olivia, you could just watch the wheels.
Right.
Oh, I hated it. But at the same time, I was like, thank God you're putting all of this together. And you're like, wait, what would really hurt me?
Yeah. Yep. I love the way she called Ned out with it, though.
Mm-hmm.
You were sitting there trying to make me feel bad. Like I was hooking up with Robert whenever Brooklyn had just been slashed through the throat, blah, blah, blah. And instead you're hooking up with Alexis. That's insane.
Yep.
So my favorite was the scenes with Alexis, though, whenever she finally came in. She had figured everything out. And Sam was like, yes, you are right. That's what happened. Tracy totally set you up. And then she goes and apologizes to Olivia and says after the fact she felt really bad. And Olivia's like, you couldn't have been sorry whenever you were unzipping your pants or popping off your buttons and goes through
like
it. And
all the different things that happen before you accidentally
slept with my husband. Yeah. So, yeah. It felt, again, like a totally real conversation.
I did like that Ned, because everyone was like, how did you not know she was drunk? And he's like, because I was.
Yes. Yes, that made sense, because I think we had said that initially, too. Like, how did you not notice? But I guess if he was that drunk, it just didn't seem to me like he was that drunk.
Yeah, but...
I don't know.
Have we ever really seen, other than being Eddie Main, have we ever seen Ned... Even when he's Eddie Main, he's still very well poised.
Yeah, right.
He's just a little more rock and roll, but he's not...
Right, he's not sloppy drunk. So I don't know what he looks like drunk. I don't know.
I did have a question. What other relationship did Ned try to destroy that Tracy saved? Because Tracy said, don't make me have to...
Right.
Because Tracy did not try to stop Lois from leaving.
No.
Tracy did not like Lois.
No. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. If you know, please let us know. Because Ned is not a serial dater. He had his affair with Monica.
Right.
And then I feel like the next thing he did was... Well, and then he had the business relationship marriage with Catherine, but that was annulled.
Right.
Married Lois legit. Married Alexis fake.
Who was that other girl? Jenny or whatever? No? Am I crazy?
Was there a Jenny?
I thought there was.
Where was there a Jenny?
I don't know. And wasn't that before Alexis and them? I could totally be wrong. I thought there was somebody else in there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who it is. We'll see. Because I don't know.
Did you pick up on that, though?
Yeah.
She said that? And I was
did.
like, wait. What are you talking about? So is someone else now coming back?
Maybe she didn't mean... Did she say marriage? Or she just said relationship? Because maybe she meant like a working relationship instead of a...
Oh, like ELQ.
Right.
Okay, ooh.
That could be.
Could be.
That would be more realistic.
I did write relationship.
There you go.
So she might have said relationship.
All right.
Oh, I loved Ned calling her out on not coming to see Brooklyn, but all of a sudden you're here for...
Yeah.
You know, although he didn't say, but you showed up for Lulu. He's like, and then you just show up for no reason. No, she showed up for Lulu.
Yeah.
Obviously with an ulterior motive, too.
Right. But yeah, I'd be more mad that you showed up for your stepdaughter, but didn't show up for your granddaughter.
Right.
I don't know. There's a lot of good acting this week.
It was very good, and all the conversations that needed to happen happened, and, you know, I think that Ned and Olivia are going to be able to work through this. I think it's going to take a little while.
Right.
He's obviously remorseful. She's obviously hurt. And then Alexis telling Tracy, like, what the heck did you do that for? And Tracy actually saying, I figured that you were going to pick rehab over prison. Which, not saying that Tracy was right in what she did.
Right. But logically...
But the thinking is, she would,
yes.
like, she really was thinking of Alexis-ish in that she thought that she would pick rehab over.
Yes, but no.
Oh, she was totally thinking of Ned and the Quartermaines. Oh, and then whenever Tracy told Sam, you better be careful or, like, watch yourself in this house after what you did to the family.
Oh, yeah.
Because Sam sold her shares.
Yep.
It was just so good. That was Quartermaines.
That
was the Quartermaines. That was very Quartermaine-esque.
Right. Which makes me wonder if she's going to let Leo get adopted, though.
Oh, I so don't think so.
Do you really want to bring him into this now that you see all the different sides?
No, and I felt like she actually said that.
Did she?
I thought so.
Well, maybe I missed it. I don't know.
I felt like she said, why would I bring my son into this family? Like, officially.
I thought she said that beforehand, like when they were just having conversations about craziness.
Okay,
but maybe. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong, too.
Anything else? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
This was a long one.
But it was so good.
It was.
Other than Nina, I didn't feel like anything was, why are we doing this?
Right.
And the Sam and Liz. Can we stop trying to make them be friends? Let's just let them not be friends.
Well, it's like what we said whenever they were talking about Sam and Maxie being friends. That's just weird. Bring in other women. Do something.
Yeah.
You don't have to make everyone be friends even.
No.
Those relationships definitely do not go together.
Right. Well, I think Sam and Maxie could-ish.
No, because of Peter.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, but they were friends first. Apparently they were best friends. Come on.
I don't think so. Lulu and her were best friends, and that was it.
Right.
You didn't even see the three of them hanging out, except for the couple nurses' ball performances. That was the only time you saw them.
Exactly.
So, no. Maxie should be friends with Amy.
Yes, but they started to become friends.
They were friendly, and they would be good friends.
But Amy had a lot of resentment towards her for being so popular in high school, and she wasn't.
So now we can...
we're in our 30s. Let's let go of high school.
Exactly.
Yes, let's get that back.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's all that I have.
That's it.
All right, time for our...
reality check.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, you shouldn't have to check your calendar for your exciting news.
I finished 2 books last week.
That's good.
I read one in basically one day. It was only like 200 pages, though. And it made me cry like a baby.
That's shocking.
If you've never read Tuesdays with Maury, and I don't know how I haven't, because it's apparently, like, it's one of those books that you're supposed to read.
Supposed to have read, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Heartbreaking. Bawled like a baby. I really don't know. I don't think my son's graduation party got canceled temporarily because the facility decided they've canceled all their...
So crazy.
And, I mean, it's an outside-inside location, we would have the entire building to ourselves. There would be no staff there. We're responsible for cleaning up ourselves. So, and I do understand that they need to take precautions, and I appreciate the fact that they did it so soon, so maybe I can try to find a new facility. However, I booked this one last summer so that I could be ahead of the game, and now I'm scrambling to find... Something tells me I'm going to wind up having a graduation party in my back house, which is what we did not want to do.
Right.
Because we always have a barbecue every year, and that's enough work. And, I mean, we love it. We absolutely love having it. But
it's a lot of work.
But we wanted to not have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if I find a new one. I really kind of had a very boring week. I guess finishing 2 books was the highlight.
There you go.
Okay. What about you?
No, I had a super boring week, too. I finally got the kids back on Monday, so I was excited.
Yay!
No one came down with COVID, so that was very exciting. And besides that, it was just, like, kid stuff. Emily had 3 cavities whenever we went to the dentist a couple weeks ago.
Fantastic.
So she needed... None of my kids have ever had a cavity. And then I took them a couple weeks ago whenever I said I took them, and she had 3, but the one they were afraid it was going to be too deep and they were going to have to do a root canal, and I was like, oh no, that's really scary. So luckily it was not that bad, and so they filled it and everything is good with that. And that's pretty much it. Like, that was all my...
So jealous of your kids' teeth.
That was all my momming for the week. You're jealous of my kids' teeth?
Well, we've talked about this. That, like, your sister and I have similar dental issues,
yes.
But both of us take, like, insane good care of our teeth. Like, I have floss in my purse, and I have a lot of cavities, and you'll appreciate this. So I had a root canal on my furthest back right. I've had so many teeth removed, though, because I have a small jaw. And it's broken so many times. He's probably done, like, 4 or 5 root canals on it. Oh, yeah, it's great.
Ugh.
And so I went to a dentist yesterday morning, and on February 10th, it's just getting taken out because I am done.
Wow. Yeah, that's awful. That's super
It's just,
awful.
it's so annoying because...
I feel bad because, like we've talked about things with siblings before, my sister, it's not her teeth that are bad, it's her gums that are bad, which is so weird.
Well, she had to get this, I had to get a graft put over part of my gums, the same that your sister did.
Right.
And that's how we got to talking about that.
Crazy people with their receding gum lines. I didn't even know it was a thing. But I had a couple cavities whenever I was a kid, and since then I haven't had any, and like, I mean, I'm not like gross about my teeth, but I don't have floss in my purse.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a crazy person. And so...
You never know when you're going to have to break out of jail.
There you go. I just... No.
TV tells me I can do it.
Okay. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I hope I'm with you whenever we're trying that.
Okay.
But yeah, I just... Whatever. So the kids have never had an issue. So I was really disappointed that Emily... You know, it makes you feel like a bad parent whenever your kids have cavities, which is not really something that you can control other than yelling at them to brush. But I was like... Oh,
I see my dentist is cool because it was a while ago, and I was like, so how'd it go? And he's like, other than being a typical teenage boy that just doesn't want to take care of himself, fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you.
Right.
Because
put it
I don't want to say blame, but put the ownership where it belongs.
Whenever they told her that she had them and they were talking about, you know, whatever they were going to have to do and stuff, I was like, you should be happy though that they found these now whenever you're young and on my insurance and like still a child, so I have to pay for it. You better take care of these teeth because in just a short year, whenever you mess something up and you have to pay all this money, teeth are freaking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So you will be paying for it, not me. And she was like,
yep.
Okay. So hopefully that has encouraged her to do better. I don't know. But anyway, I was just happy they didn't have to do, because when you start talking about root canals and crowns, all I can see is the dollar signs and it scares me. So I was
most of them are real.
happy.
I mean, there's, at least with my insurance, it's been pretty good coverage that it hasn't been too expensive.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my extraction's going to be like $400, and that's only if insurance does not cover anything, which there's a good chance because my deductible, but still.
Yikes.
Well, that's a reality check for you
right,
guys.
There's your reality.
So how's your dental?
Save up your money for those dentist appointments because they can get expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's all I did all week was the normal momming. So nothing exciting.
I was going to say, I'm like, that's pretty much. It was just a week.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, we're still not under quarantine, but we're still being extra
limited.
safe.
Yeah.
Stuff is still partway shut down. It's cold. Like, what else are you going to do?
Right.
So,
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
So join us on Thursday as we talk with the Twitter account Soap Jen, she also runs the website Daytime Diagnosis Daytime. One of the two. But I'm really excited because it's fun talking to other fans who run their own type of social media and stuff like that. So join us on Thursday as we talk with her.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review. And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.